Diva Patang, who is in London, but has been a presenter with Radio Television Afghanistan. So, Diva, we want to hear about your situation. Have you been told that your services are no longer needed? And what was said to you exactly?
Well, today is Afghanistan Independence Day, and I was supposed to be in Afghanistan today on the stage presenting our Independence Day, holding my flag, like I did in the previous years. But unfortunately, I have not been able to go to Afghanistan. There's no flights, otherwise, I would have been there. Trying to present, but unfortunately, the show has been cancelled and I have not been able to present.
Now, we understand that there are women, at least one other female presenter with your same organization, I believe, possibly not in the same department, but she was told that she's not to work anymore. We assume because
Uh,
she's a woman. Is there any indication of whether you will be allowed by the Taliban to resume as a presenter?
Absolutely correct. Yes, my colleague has not been allowed to go and present, although she tried with her ID card to go and present on the day, but she was turned down and asked to go back home. Although just the day before, a Taliban spokesperson did tell on the live program that women are allowed to be able to go back and to work and carry on their normal duties. But unfortunately, for the national TV, female presenters, they were not allowed to go back to work. For myself, I'm not really sure. Although I'm here in the UK, I was really looking forward to present on today's show, which was our biggest day of the year to celebrate our Independence Day. But unfortunately, the Taliban has overtaken, and I'm not even sure that I would be able to go one day and present again.
Right. So I think this is an interesting look at what's happening in a smaller sense. We look at global events and governments, but you're a person who is working for state television, and it seems like no one's really telling you what your future holds. Are you even still dealing with the same bosses that you were before Afghanistan fell?
Well, I I think how the situation is at the moment, nobody really knows what's going to be happening tomorrow. We all really looking forward that things will go back to normal. Women will be able to go back to work, and we would be able to present again. I'm not sure when, but I think at this stage, at the moment, it's very difficult to predict if I would be able to go back to Afghanistan and present again because things are so new and everybody is in panic.
So, for those women, your colleagues and other women that you know in Afghanistan, what are they feeling right now? Because it seems like at the same time the Taliban is making these reassurances about women being able to work within certain strictures, immediately some women are being told not to work. How are people dealing with this?
I think it's quite difficult to accept because we worked for this democracy for the last 20 years to earn where we are today. A lot of soldiers have sacrificed their lives. About 66,000 soldiers has died. To get ourselves where we are today and to lose everything in one day is quite difficult to accept. But what is happening at the moment on the ground, for example, Tolo TV was allowed to present for the female presenters to go and present. But for the national TV female presenters, they were not allowed to present. So there is a double standard in a way that when you look at this, we're really not sure. Are the women allowed to work? Are the women not allowed to work? So who's allowed and who's not allowed? Why there is differences in certain places? Um, is it because the Taliban are struggling in certain departments that they're not able to make those systems to work, and that's why they allow to people to continue until the system comes back and they have more people. That's why they allow women to work at the moment. And what's going to be tomorrow, or in a week time, or in a month's time? Will they be able to continue or not? I think this is an issue that a lot of females are facing at the moment. But also at the same time, when I hear from a lot of other families what is happening on the ground, on the streets, that situation is not as bad as it looks on the media. Some people are quite
Hmm.
happy. They say that the situation is trying to get back to a bit of normalization. People are you seeing more people on the street, maybe less female on the ground, but people are trying to live a normal life But today, because it was in Afghanistan Independence Day, you did see on a lot of streets a lot of protests are happening because of the national flag. Afghans values, they are in love with their flag, and will not allow anyone or any force to come and change the flag, because that's what unites the whole Afghanistan. And that's a challenge for the Taliban to be able to now, they're not just facing the government, they're facing the whole nation, the whole country, the country which is very educated now. They're not the country which was about 20 years ago, that they didn't have access to social media, or they haven't seen the world. A lot of the generation that you see today, that they've been to universities, they have been interacting with the Western world, so they are aware of their rights and what's happening around them. So I think Taliban will be having a lot of challenges that they will be facing, because now that they are in charge, will they be able to govern the Afghans or not? Will the Afghans listen to them at the same time the way they will treat them? Will Afghans accept if they want to change the flag to their white flag? Will this is something Afghans will compromise with them? I think these are the big challenges that the Taliban are actually foreseeing for themselves.
Diva, it is such a pleasure to talk to you and hear about your personal experiences. Thanks for bringing that to us.